Welcome to AHIE's Educational Toolbox podcast, where we collaborate with local and international educational communities and share ideas, discuss resources, and knowledge-based activities in order to develop and demonstrate the importance of education, cultural awareness, and community service. This particular toolbox deals with mental health by exploring the experiences of one man.
Let us first acknowledge that this is Black History Month, and today we are discussing mental health during this COVID-19 pandemic. If we are to be real about it, the historical experience of African Americans and mental health in the United States has typically been a subject that we do not speak enough of. We know that our great nation has had a history of enslavement, of secret experiments, and of continued prejudice when it comes to the African American community, including Black veterans. So today we have a special guest who is a Black veteran joining us. His name is Mr. Stephen Cummings.
First of all, good morning. My name is Stephen Cummings, and I served in the Marine Corps for 25 years. Holding billets such as a drill instructor, Marine security guard, infantry first sergeant. I've done a lot of things in the military. Then I've retired and pursued a degree in organizational leadership, and I thought that was interesting and switched to something else to be a truck driver to keep myself busy for a little while. And I'm also a dad. Now AHIE Family.
We just have a few questions that we would like to ask you and give you an opportunity to kind of enlighten us and to share more about your experiences. So Stephen Cummings, what has been your experience when dealing with the different labels associated with mental health in the military, but also as a Black man?
First of all, mental health doesn't affect us as a color or anything like that. It's just in my opinion, from what I've dealt with, a disease. First, we have to deal with the denial of it once you have it, and once you can then get out of the denial stage, then you can start seeking help from some of the organizations out there that provide help to you. And one of the biggest things is being a leader in the Marine Corps. It was hard to disguise it, and afterwards, I was able to recognize that I did have a problem through family members, especially my daughter. And those experiences was some of the things that allowed me to get out there and to get the help that I needed to continue on with life. It took me for about maybe 4 or 5 months. Your family knows your relationship. They know when you've changed, and for me, it was my daughter who recognized it and said, Dad, you just are not the same person. And, coming from the littlest person in the house, and the dogs treat you differently and everybody around you, but you only find that purpose when you're with other veterans, and it shouldn't be like that. So again, once you recognize that denial and that lack of structure, and once you are willing to accept that, then it's easier to get help, because the help is around like-minded people, and it's different programs and different classes that you can attend, once, twice a week for 8 or 9 weeks to help you through it. Insomnia, the anxiety, the depression. I can recall being truly depressed about what am I going to do now, because as a leader and as a family man, and you've taken care of your family this way, and some of those benefits or things go away once you get out, you have to, the weight of that is on your shoulders. And if you're not ready for that, that is a world of stress among being out, trying to conform to a world that you've never had to live in. And those things tend to add more stress on you. And there's nothing more stressful than to have mouths to feed, and you don't know how you're going to do it if you're not prepared to set up for the next part of your life.
To our next question, now that you're retired from the military and have fought in wars and experienced some very traumatic situations in your personal life and within your career. How have you personally dealt with mental health?
Oh, good question. The VA has provided a lot of good organizations that we can go to get help. One that I love to do is go to the gym in the mornings. It gets me ready for my day. I have dogs. I can walk the dogs. Those type of things. And then when I want to feel that I can talk inside of a group, the VA offers classes that, now we can participate in Zoom meetings, sharing those experiences, because some of those experiences it's hard to share with family members, and you can only really share them with other veterans because they've been through some of the same like things. Horseback riding, camping, they offer a number of opportunities for you to get out and to relieve some of those stresses in life, because there are a lot of them once you try to, and we call it convert to civilian. After you've been in the military and you've done things a certain way, it's hard to convert to what we call a civilian sector side of the house.
How do you cope with the added stress that this COVID-19 pandemic has brought?
And because of, the COVID-19, which is a bad thing. I recently lost my father because of COVID-19, and some of those stressors now, it puts you in a whole different place to be able to handle that on top of being a veteran or being a Black man, where you have to continually, stay on top of that, and stay on top of things now. We should always have been germ-free and try to protect ourselves more. But with the COVID, it's added a lot of more stress because of the mask, the things that you need to do for when you buy groceries, when you're out and about. And it can be stressful, but again, like I said, with me, with exercise and being around positive people, it helps me to really realize the things that I want to do and to stay structured. It's apparent that you stay structured in your life because we've already dealt with so many stresses of the military, getting out of the military, and then other things that we need to do, in life to succeed. So for me, the way I cope again is I try to stay active. I get up early in the morning. I may take a nap during the day, but I'm up patrolling the perimeter. So those things keep me busy, and I can deal with the added stress. Again, nothing should deter you from trying to live your best life.
Is there anything else that you would like to add to this conversation?
And I put myself on the side of the younger generation now, if I may. All they're being told is that older people are dying from this COVID. I want to say I don't know how to explain it, but I would say that what I do, and if they say spraying, washing hands, putting on a mask eliminates it, then that's what I'm going to do. But I think more should be toward more education should be toward the younger generation, because that's the generation that has to follow on, from us. All that we can do is keep ourselves healthy, do the wiping down, and I feel that would really go a long way into stopping the virus.
Mr. Stephen Cummings, we thank you so very much.
And thank you for having me, Pastor Covington.
Thank you for joining us in this month's Educational Toolbox podcast. We hope you truly enjoyed it and that you appreciated the various tool tips. This podcast has been brought to you by AIM Higher in Education Incorporated.